Hey guys, this is JC Carroll along with Boyd Brooks. Wanted to give you a quick market update on the numbers that came out yesterday on potential acres, and just go ahead, Boyd. Let's dive into that.
Yeah, we always get a surprise in these reports, and yesterday's surprise was not as many acres. In NASS, NASS said that the farmer survey responses didn't warrant the total acres that everyone was looking for. In the 8 principal crops were about 314 million. 16, 17, 18 were 316 to 317. So somewhere there's 3 million acres that could show up later on. But the initial reaction obviously was bullish. We closed the limit open. Corn, beans, cotton was up, I think, a penny. Wheat was up about 20 cents yesterday. And we've kind of followed through with that overnight a little bit as well. So, yeah, the stocks number, which is part of that report as well, was pretty neutral. Bean stocks were about 30 million bushels bigger than the average trade guess, but it didn't really matter at the end of the day because 87.6 million acres of soybeans leaves us with a very tight carryout for next year, assuming somewhat normal demand. So you plug that into the balance sheet, and we're looking at a carryout of like 125, 130. So beans were limit up, trying to buy some more acres. I think they'll get them by the June report, but in the short term, we're going to kind of continue to see that market be pretty firm. Corn, same kind of story, 91.1 million acres in corn. That we can make it work if we have above trend yield. But if this Chinese demand lasts longer than a year, then our carryout's going to be pretty tight in corn. So we're definitely in a battle for acres here in the next, 30 to 60 days as these guys in the Midwest prepare to go to the field. Cotton was 12.01, I believe. That was pretty close to the average trade guess, so it was fairly neutral report there. I think the average trade guess was 11.9, so just a touch above that. But cotton responded with a sympathy trade going up another penny, and the old crop was down or just slightly higher yesterday in the May. So the wheat acres were a little bigger than folks thought. So $6 wheat encouraged some more wheat plantings. And, as we continue to see the Russian offers come down as they ship out some of their wheat, the wheat will probably be the weakest link in our 4 markets. Interesting with the grain sorghum, milo, like we call it down here, that was up about 1 million acres from last year, which is not surprising considering the basis is on fire everywhere for milo. So, and the Chinese continue to take a lot of that. So that's kind of your quick market recap. But short term, I think we continue to see pretty firm prices. The funds obviously added to their length yesterday. I think they'll continue to be involved in our markets, even with a little bit stronger dollar. Yesterday's report kind of showed the fundamentals remain pretty friendly here in the short term.
So, Boyd, getting kind of crop by crop as you're looking at the market and talking to your customers about exactly, what kind of price to, I don't want to say super aggressive, but to be more aggressive in getting some bushels price. What are you looking at for corn?
Well, I think this is, especially if you were proactive buying inputs last fall, this is almost one of those years with inputs locked in and our crop insurance levels where they are. This is a year to me where we can kind of get pretty aggressive. It's opening day for baseball today, so we're sitting on a 3-0 count, just waiting on that fastball to come down the middle. So, target-wise, I mean, I don't know. I don't see any reason why new crop beans won't trade 13 at some point here in the next, 2-3 weeks. Corn's probably going to follow along. I mean, Deese is at 492, Seps at 508, so that's new highs in those. I guess I'm going to try to watch and see from a technical or a chart standpoint when this thing starts to run out of steam. But I think we're going to have an opportunity here before the June report, especially to have some very attractive levels for 21 pricings.
And as we're talking about, crop by crop, just what are your thoughts on cotton? And kind of the same.
Yeah, cotton's going to be probably more susceptible to that West Texas weather, obviously. Chart wise, we kind of held that 100-day moving average. We're back around 80 cents. Again, I don't see any reason why we don't go challenge 89, which was the old high. I think that the general commodity friendliness, cotton's going to try to not lose any acres in the Delta and the Southeast. Obviously, they're going to lose some acres out west to Milo, so it's going to have to try to keep up and rally back and get those 12 million acres planted if they can do it. So I'm be friendly, pretty friendly cotton as well.
Yeah, I mean, as you sit down and you look at a projected yield and price, right now, even with the yields the way that we do it in the Southeast, corn is clearly still the winner. And I think I'm with you. I think cotton's going to have to fight a little bit to get back to an attractive level to be planted.
Yeah, especially with this report coming out here, and guys are still probably able to switch some corn or some cotton to corn acres and buy a few more bags of seed and keep those planters rolling. We had some rain that moved through here the past couple of days, but looks like the forecast is going to be pretty favorable the next week or so. So, yeah, I mean, at $5 SIP corn and just a generic 50 over basis, you're looking at nearly $1,000 an acre revenue for corn. So it's going to try to buy a few more down here for sure, especially with that inverse and that early premium.
I can't hear you. It just stopped. Yeah, thanks for that recap, Boyd. Guys, one of the things again that we're trying to do is start a podcast specifically for our growers in the Southeast to keep them educated on the markets as it relates to us. We are calling podcast Turn Rows into Profit. We're working on the approval process through Apple and Google to make sure that that's available for you. But until we get approved, we're going to post it on our Facebook page at AgriAlliance. And we're also going to have that link on to our YouTube page. So if you have any questions or like to see anything more or less or different, give us a call or shoot me an email at jc@agrialliance.com. And Boyd, if you want to give your contact information.
Yes, Boyd at aletheiarisk.com or UK Corn Trader on Twitter.
Yeah, and of course, guys, respond to the comments and Facebook and let us know what you'd like to see more or less of, and we sure do appreciate you.
Yep, y'all have a good day.